for grabs in the diving competition. So Nguyen Tong Duong and Phuong Te An. Reverse dive. Oh, what a good start. Hit the end of the board simultaneously, executed well. It has a degree of difficulty of 2.0, that reverse dive. It's Phuong Te An on the right as we look at it, slightly the taller of the two. Sometimes it's to do with scoring technology. This is the opening impressive dive from Tong Duong and Te An of Vietnam. Liang on the right. This is usually the way they set up, and long established pairing. They're not about to change things. So Wei-Ooi on our left as we look at them. Back dive. Just in awe, really. The understanding, the hard work that gives you that synchronization, the many, many hours of training, the teamwork. Beautiful dive. In they go together. Barely a ripple. The Vietnamese pair will be an inward 1.5. Let's enjoy this one though. First up, the back dive synchronization of Liang and Wei-Ooi. Inward 1.5. Phuong Te An on the right, Nguyen Tong Duong. Well done again. Really interesting to just pause and listen in those vital seconds before leaving the board. The absolute effort. I've heard the air being pumped out of the lungs with the jumpers. They look for maximum elevation. Perhaps it was a little bit lacking on the left there from... This will be the reverse dive now. Oh, beautiful again. You can imagine that there's a high calling on peripheral vision as they move along the board, get the hurdle just right to that second dive. Reaching for the water. Wei-Ooi maybe just slightly off the vertical, but it didn't. More encouragement for Tong Duong and Te An. Inward 2.5. It's ramping up the difficulty here. This is tariff of 3.0. Nicely done. A bit of a splash on the right there from Te An on entry. And the divers, of course, are ever so acutely aware. If they haven't quite half, are viewed as satisfactory, described as such by the judges. 7 to 8 is good. 8.5 to 9.5, very good. And 10, of course, excellent. Should you be fortunate enough to achieve that. There's 3.1 the difficulty, 3.5 somersaults, and to stay in synchronization with this many somersaults, not easy. Let's see how they go. Oh, they've done another excellent job. Wei-Ooi and Liang. Well, yes, I know it's a small components of a dive and what the judges are looking closely at. Up they go. Round they go together. Very small splashes. Good ripped entry. Tung Duong and Tian now setting up for their forward 3.5. So we're halfway through the competition. 6 dives for each pair. Well, perhaps you've noticed their little lack of synchronization as Tung Duong on our left, as we observe them, just got a little bit ahead of the really significantly higher tariff than the Vietnamese boys. 3.3. Oh, they've done it again. Oh, it's beautiful work. They've ripped the entry, the pair of them. Continue to come for Liang and Wei-Ooi. Liang just does seem to get a little bit higher, but they somehow hit the water together. Tian on the right, and Tung Duong. Back 2.5. Their next dive, and this carries a tariff of 3.0. Well, it was good, but I'm sure you saw the feet fold over from Tung Duong. It's quite a big splash on entry from him. A little closer on the synchronization scores, but look, I did get out of synchronization, and there was a large splash, unfortunately, from Tung Duong. Malaysia won all 4 events in the Philippines 3 years ago, and there were 13 events in Malaysia 2017, and the hosts won 12 of them, Singapore picking up the other. It was the women's 3-meter synchro. The inward 3.5 somersaults from Malaysia. Once again, just a slight impression that Wei-Ooi hit the water a little bit ahead of Liang, but well executed dives. And they did get a little bit out of synchronization, but very difficult dive, that inward 3.5. This is the forward 2.5 with 1 twist. Last dive for Tung Duong and Tian. Oh, they've done it nicely as well. A little bit of a splash on the right there from Tian, but generous applause from the Malaysian team for the opposition there. Look, it is always a joy to see. They hit the water well together. Very strong in the thighs and great core muscles that these divers have to complete. Last dive for Malaysia to wrap things up here. Oh, legs folding over a touch from Wei-Ooi, but I don't think that will be anywhere near enough to deny them a great competition from these two experienced men for Malaysia. Solid challenge issued by Te An and Tung Duong of Vietnam.